the stage to take things forward. Well, next to Mr. S.K. Saha is the man whose vision is needed for taking this particular thing forward. Please put your hands together for the Deputy Director of IIT, Professor Ashok Ganguly, to join us. Well, Robocon 2022 is an interesting contest purely in terms of the theme that has been chosen this time around, the Lagori. We'll get into all that. But before that, before we begin this particular afternoon, lighting of the diya, that's the most important thing, the auspicious ceremony of lighting the diya. And I would now request Professor Ganguly to also accompany all other guests in lighting the diya. Well, I would now request Director IIT Delhi, Professor Ashok Ganguly, to give a bouquet and a memento to the chief guest of this afternoon, Mr. DPS Negi, Member Finance, Prasar Bharati. Well, a small memento too also to the chief guest. I would now request Professor S.K. Saha to give a small memento and a bouquet of flowers to the Director, Delhi School. I would request Professor Saha to please give a small bouquet and a memento to Mr. Sunil, ADG Global Outreach, Prasar Bharati. Professor Saha, you cannot sit down. I would now also request Professor Saha to present a small bouquet of flowers and a memento to the Director, IIT Delhi, Mr. Professor Ashok Ganguly. Well, also a small bouquet to the man behind everything, doing all the running around, Professor S.K. Saha, by the students of IIT Delhi. Well, I would now request Professor Saha, who's already out of breath, to please give a small brief welcome about this particular edition of DD Robocon 2022. Welcome, Professor Saha, on stage.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. And the chief guest, Mr. Negi, and our friend come guest of honor, Mr. Gupta, Mansha Gupta, our beloved Deputy Director, Professor Ashok Ganguly, and Mr. Sunil from Doordarshan, who has been with me for last several years. Welcome to Robocon 2022, 21st version of this. It is a joyous occasion for all of us to host DD Robocon 2022 physically in the Thiagraj Stadium, New Delhi. After 2 years of COVID pandemic, during when DD Robocon were organized only based on the video which we have collected from the teams. It will be the 4th time in the history of National DD Robocon since 2002 that will be hosted at New Delhi in association with Doordarshan and Prasar Bharati. It's a special this year because India will be hosting the International Asia Pacific Broadcasting Union Robocon on August 21st, which is next month, 2022. In the history of ABU Robocon, it will be the 3rd time in India after held twice in Pune, 2008 and 2014. Let us hold our breath to watch the games on August 21st, 2022 on the same venue here. This year, out of 80 plus teams registered for stage 1, we shortlisted 45 teams, and today we have 43 teams. The game theme is Lagori or Pittu 4, which most of us played in our childhood. One thing I wanted to share with you, all that Robocon gives an opportunity for indigenous development, Atmanirbhar Bharat, for the technology, and many robotics startups in the country at this moment, they have participated earlier Robocons. Hence, the event is one step towards, as I said, Atmanirbhar Bharat. I think Prasar Bharati and Doordarshan is doing an excellent job by promoting this event through their channels. DD Sports is having a live and also a YouTube channel for the whole world to watch. We wish it can be made even stronger by possibly conducting regional contests similar to the IPL of cricket. Now it is time to acknowledge the enormous support we acknowledge from the former CEO of Prasar Bharati, Mr. Shashi Shekhar Vempati, present CEO Mayank Agarwal, Mr. Sunil and Mr. Raman at the background with us, and Mr. Sandeep Sood time to time, and many, many more for whom the names would take very long time. At IIT Delhi, we thank our former and present directors, Professor V. Ram Gopal Rao and Professor Rangan Banerjee respectively for their encouragement, our DDSP, Professor Ganguly, and many more at IIT Delhi. Finally, thanks to Ms. Deepankar Gupta, without whom this stadium could not be utilized for this program. Thanks are also due to our sponsors, Adverb, Mathworks, Autodesk, and our well-wishers, the Robotics Society. Finally, thanks to our popular chief referee, Professor T.P. Singh. If he is there, please raise your hands there. And other referees and the judges. Without them, games could not be conducted on timely fashion. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Well, thank you for those opening remarks there by Professor S.K. Saha. I would now welcome Deputy Director IIT Delhi, Professor Ashok Ganguly, to share his opening thoughts.
Good afternoon, everybody. Mr. Negi from Prasar Bharati and Himanshu Gupta from Delhi government and Mr. Sunil from Directorate of Education. Professor Subir Saha, who is the man behind this along with his junior colleagues, Sunil Jha and Ramakrishnan, I think. And so many people who are behind this show, as you can imagine, handling a show of this size, इतने सारे बच्चों को पूरे देश से लाना और उनको प्रैक्टिस कराना और उनको ठीक से ऑर्गेनाइज करके एक कंपटीशन में हाउ टू गो अहेड सो दैट आप कल इंटरनेशनल जो एशिया पैसिफिक ब्रॉडकास्टिंग यूनियन का कंपटीशन है 21 अगस्त को, उसमें आप पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे. दैट इज़ अ ग्रेट endeavor taken by IIT Delhi, and we are very thankful कि IIT दिल्ली को ये कार्य दिया गया. IIT दिल्ली रोबोटिक्स में बहुत सालों से कार्य कर रहा है. हमारे मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग डिपार्टमेंट and other departments with electronics, say care and electrical, are equally involved in many aspects of robotics and other autonomous machines, and also bringing about new concepts of AI and machine learning. So IIT Delhi is a great playground for all those who want to be involved in innovation and creativity for the future. We really try to promote innovation through startups, through incubators. तो आप सब लोगों को जो स्कूल के बच्चे यहाँ इतने तादाद में आए हैं, आप IIT की वेबसाइट में देखिए, हमारा नेशनल टेक्नोलॉजी डे होता है. When we call all students, our campus is open to all students. तो आप सब लोग आ सकते हैं, and we will show you all our laboratories, right from biology, जहाँ पे वैक्सीन कैसे डेवलप होता है, RT-PCR किट हमने डेवलप किया है, रैपिड एंटीजन किट कैसे डेवलप होता है, to chemical processes, bioprocessing, waste management, electronic waste management, water purification. We work on even planning how the water, which is rainwater, how it is flowing through Delhi. There are many teams at IIT Delhi Civil Engineering Department who work on it. So I want to tell that students, it's a great challenge for you. आप अभी उस पीढ़ी के छात्र हैं जहाँ बहुत नई चीज़ें आपको देखने को मिलेगी. पिछले 40 साल में हमने देखा है, हम स्कूल में पढ़ते थे, कंप्यूटर भी नहीं था. अब आपके हाथ में ऐसा मोबाइल है जो कि हमने बड़े कंप्यूटर जो हमने यूज़ किए थे 40 साल 30 साल पहले, उससे भी ज़्यादा पावरफुल हैं आपके मोबाइल. दे कैन डू सो मेनी कैलकुलेशंस. और इसके पीछे जो टेक्नोलॉजी बढ़ रही है और आगे जो बढ़ेगी, उसको संभालने के लिए वी नीड स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ दैट माइंडसेट, दैट एम्बिशन, दैट वी विल ग्रो अहेड। आप जानते हैं हमारे देश के बच्चे आगे जाके बहुत अच्छा करते हैं। हम चाहते हैं कि आप जितना काम विदेश में जाके पहले बच्चों ने किया है, आजकल के बच्चे विदेश नहीं जा रहे हैं, वो अपना स्टार्टअप खोल रहे हैं। एंड दैट ट्रेंड शुड कंटिन्यू एंड आवर ब्राइट स्टूडेंट्स टू डू न्यू थिंग्स इन आवर ओन कंट्री, एंड दे आर ऑल वेरी ब्राइट एंड दे आर ऑल वेरी स्मार्ट। आप सब लोग किसी से पीछे नहीं हैं। अगर आप आज इंटरनेट का ज़माना है, आप खोल सकते हो कि जापान में इस टाइम आपके उम्र का बच्चा क्या पढ़ रहा है, साउथ कोरिया में आपके उम्र का बच्चा क्या पढ़ रहा है। आप you can find out today, it is at the tip of your computer, you can just open your computer और आप जान सकते हो। आपके पास इतनी पावर है कि आज फर्क नहीं पड़ता है आप गवर्नमेंट स्कूल में हैं, प्राइवेट स्कूल में हैं, दिल्ली में हैं, गांव में हैं, अगर आपके पास इंटरनेट है, you can access many things, and that's what the digital revolution has brought about. So you have to be a creator and an innovator of the future. उसके लिए आप तैयार होइए। अगर आज के बच्चे आगे जाएंगे तभी हमारा देश आगे जाएगा। एंड वेरी ग्रैंड things are possible for our large country because we have a large young population, and we will really do well if this population has a clear vision ahead and knows what it wants to do. हमको हर तरीके के बच्चे चाहिए, हमें टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट चाहिए, हमको इकोनॉमिस्ट चाहिए, हमको अच्छे जो थिंकर्स चाहिए वो भी चाहिए, हर तरीके के बच्चे चाहिए। एवरी फील्ड इज गुड, एवरी फील्ड इज इंपॉर्टेंट। व्हाट मैटर्स इज आप किसी भी फील्ड में कितना डिटेल, कितना डेप्थ में जा सकते हैं। सो आपके सामने ग्रेट फ्यूचर है। आई वांट टू कंग्रेचुलेट ऑल ऑफ यू एंड all the teachers and parents who have made you a part of this competition. 43 teams are competing out of 80 teams, and they are here. Out of that, 2 teams will be selected to go to the international norm. I want to thank Prasar Bharati. The CEO is not here, Mayank Agarwal. Of course, Negi ji is here, and Himanshu Gupta. I also want to thank all other members who are associated with this program, and we would welcome you again to IIT. IIT would always like to participate and help host such grand events in future. Thank you to everybody.
Well, this particular stadium, Tyagaraja Stadium, has great fond memories from 2010 Commonwealth Games when Netball Championship was held here. And beyond that, this particular stadium is going to be the new buzz, especially when it comes to Robocon, for not only for this edition, but also the international edition that follows in the month of August. I would now welcome Director, Delhi School Board, Himanshu Gupta ji, to please share his thoughts with all of us.
Chief guest of the day, Negi sir, Professor Ganguly, Professor S.K. Saha sir, Sunil sir from Prasar Bharati, my officers from the education department, officers and other viewers from IIT Delhi, and my dear students, and all the people who are watching this program. It is indeed a pleasure on behalf of Government of Delhi sir to host you here. This is Robocon 2022. As it is mentioned, and it is one of the very important events for our country, and it is our pleasure that our students have been invited to see this event. I would like to tell you that I was interacting with few of the students, and they were so excited, and many of my students from schools of specialized excellence are now saying that they want to become robotics engineer. So there is huge excitement among all the people who are watching this. And I would also like to inform everyone that we have entered into partnership with IIT Delhi in developing new age curriculum on robotics. And I would like to thank Professor Saha and his team who has taken this initiative and partner in with us. And I would like to tell you that Education Department, Delhi government will always be partnering with IIT Delhi. And in fact, I have also requested Negi sir that in future, whenever we hold any such good event in our schools or in Tyagraj Stadium, so we would request Prasar Bharati also to come over to showcase those events across the globe. So my best wishes to entire team of IIT Delhi who has organized this event, and thank you everyone. Thank you.
Well, putting this kind of an event is not possible considering the amount of countries and the amount of people who are behind planning this particular event. And I would now invite Mr. Sunil, ADG Global Outreach, Prasar Bharati, to share his thoughts on DD Robocon and the journey that it has undertaken.
Honored Chief Guest, Member Finance and Personal Prasar Bharati, Shri Negi ji, esteemed dignitaries on the dais, all the students present here, team from IIT Delhi, Robocon, all the sponsors and associates who have helped in bringing up this event. Very honored and very excited to see all the students here after a gap of, say, almost 2 years due to the pandemic slowdown. We have been struggling to see such faces, and once having taken a round of the stadium, when we see the students putting such a hard work with all the indigenous manufacturing, they have made the PCBs, they have made the propellants and everything, that gives a realization of the vision of the Honorable Prime Minister in true sense of self-sustainability, of Atmanirbhar Bharat, because what we are doing is doing to attain again self-sufficiency and to realize the vision of Make in India in true spirit. I congratulate all the students who are here and thank them for their endless efforts, for the relentless efforts they have put in to come to this stage. I wish all the students big success, and I wish that everyone wins here today. So I would like to say a few words to the students. See, the world is filled up with endless opportunities. You must avail it whenever you get a chance, and now is your chance to perform in better and more efficient manner in ABU Robocon 2022. We have started from 2 teams in 2002. We have grown up to 110 teams as of now. That shows the growing interest of all the students in the field of technology, in their entrepreneurship, and this is something very good for the country, very good for the progress and growth of the country. So thank you all the students, thank you all the present here, and my best wishes to everybody. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Clearly, any event of this magnitude is not possible without the sponsors and the people that back the belief that IIT Delhi and Prasar Bharati had, especially when it comes to organizing DD Robocon 2022. I would now request Mr. Varun Jain, Principal Architect from Adverb, to make a small presentation with regards to the product that he has and what it means, especially for DD Robocon 2022.
So, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to welcome all of you here, the big robotics community that we have, the big, looking at the students here also, and the organizing committee. I'd first like to welcome all of you and thank you for this opportunity to showcase Adverb also. What is Adverb? We are a global robotics company which started up in 2016. And within a span of 5 years, 6 years, we have grown massively. So the team is now bigger than 600 people, and it is growing at a very fast rate. What does Adverb do? Adverb, we are a robotics company providing intralogistics warehousing solutions, where the systems like fixed and flexible automation for the warehouses is what Adverb works on. What is our target? Our target is to basically promote the robotics automation in the warehouses in the industry, and the idea here is to have different technologies like the dynamos, which is the mobile robot based on lidar, based on the QR codes, the robotics arm, and all the other technologies to basically help automate warehouses, logistic systems. So Since this is a robotics event, telling more about the products, we have products like the autonomous mobile robot Dynamo, which is based on natural navigation, and the Zippy robots, which are then based on the QR code base. What is very important here at Adverb is not just the technology. So we work on different technologies, like some of the state-of-the-art technologies like visual SLAM, reinforcement learning, and artificial intelligence. Not just the software, but also the hardware is the core of all this automation, working with different hardware, sensors, and so on. But one of the very important things I'd like to tell about Adverb is its culture. So we not just promote technology, but we also we have a very rich culture here at Adverb. Adverb being a young company, a lot of engineers and a lot of developers and researchers are very young, so we are proud to say we are a very young robotics company. And so to say, more organizational features like freedom with responsibility, and giving people the responsibility, or giving the students responsibility at a very early age, has helped Adverb grow massively. So that is one thing. And other than that, Adverb has had collaborations with multiple of institutes. For example, IIT Delhi has been helpful in working with us, and we have a lot of talent, not just basically in the company, but also a lot of mentorship from Professor Saha, IIT Delhi, and other institutes, and a lot of colleagues, basically, a lot of team at Adverb has a lot of capabilities. They have worked at very big companies like NVIDIA, Intel. I've myself worked at Audi in Germany, and I'm glad to say that Adverb has provided us a very good platform for the robotics community to develop. At the end, I would like to just say thank you, and yeah, all the best to all the students here. Thank you.
Well, now I would invite on stage Mr. Deepankar Bhattacharya. He is the head India and ASEAN education experiences from Autodesk.
Good afternoon, respected dignitaries on the dais, Mr. Negiji from Prasar Bharati, Mr. Sunil from Prasar Bharati, Professor S.K. Saha from IIT Delhi, from Professor Ashok Ganguly from IIT Delhi, and last but not the least, Mr. Himanshu from the Delhi government. And my dear students and faculty who are present here today for Robocon 2020. First of all, I would like to thank the organizing team of IIT Delhi, the host institutions for Robocon 2020, and Prasar Bharati for partnering with Autodesk for this Robocon competition. We are privileged and honored to be a part of this event today. As all of you know, Autodesk is a technology leader. We focus on 4 key verticals: design and manufacturing, infrastructure, architecture, engineering and construction, and media entertainment. Me and my team who are responsible for Autodesk in education institutions, our vision and mission is to upskill and reskill the next generation designers and engineers for emerging roles in design and manufacturing. And it is in this endeavor that we are partnering with Robocon 2022. If you really notice, as per NSDC report, by 2022, there is a skills gap of about 90 million in design and manufacturing itself. And more so, the skills gap is primarily because the job roles in mechanical engineering and other related disciplines are evolving and changing. Due to automation, what is happening is newer job roles are coming into the market, so students need to be equipped with these newer skill sets like generative design, additive manufacturing, and so on and so forth. And Autodesk in this endeavor would like to partner with education institutions, including IIT Delhi, to fulfill this mission of upskilling and reskilling the next generation designers and engineers. If you look at our offering in education, we offer the software absolutely free of cost. So all school students, college students get the software as absolutely free of cost. And we offer a host of curriculum and other resources, including certification. So our goal in partnering with DD Robocon 2022 is to inspire and empower the next generation designers and engineers and equip them with our latest tool sets, including Fusion 360, which is the cloud-based offering from Autodesk. I'm happy to inform that out of the 43 teams who are in this Robocon grand finale, most of the teams have used Fusion 360 as a digital design category. Looking at the enthusiasm for the students, we have introduced a specific digital design category. People who have used Fusion 360, and we'll be announcing the winners tomorrow at the valedictory session. Finally, we are here to inspire, engage with the next generation, and prepare the next generation for the jobs of the future. Once again, I would like to thank IIT Delhi, the organizing team led by Professor Shah, Professor Sunil Jha, and Prasar Bharati, and we are really glad to be here present in this event. Thank you very much.
Well, I would now request the chief guest for this afternoon, Mr. DPS Negi, Member Finance Board, Prasar Bharati, to share his thoughts.
On behalf of Prasar Bharati, good afternoon to each one of you. My colleague, Director Education from Government of Delhi, my younger colleague Sunil Kumar, Additional DG Prasar Bharati, Professor Ganguly from IIT Delhi, Professor Saha from IIT Delhi, all the officials and staff of IIT Delhi, Prasar Bharati, and all our sponsors, those who have sponsored this mega show Robocon 2022, my best wishes are to all of you. On behalf of Prasar Bharati, I would like to say one thing to all of you. These type of events, Robocon, is a must and to be encouraged by each one of us in the bureaucracy and in the government, because these type of events are the need of the hour. In the generation next, which all of you are a part, many of you who are sitting here are from schools, colleges, and IIT Delhi, or different IITs of the country. You are a part and parcel of this system. Because of you, the future of country will be taken forward. In the coming days, as the robotics and robo engineering comes in to take place, there will be more and more need of the robotic engineers and robotic designers. I am told in this Robocon, despite the 2 years of pandemic in the country, all the teams across the country, more than 80 teams have participated. Out of 80 teams, 45 teams have been shortlisted, and 40 teams are participating today in this 2 days competition for the today and tomorrow in the country. That shows your determination and your commitment towards the taking India way forward. Because since these all teams are from the different parts of the country, this also fulfills the dream of our Prime Minister, Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. It also fulfills robotics, and robotic engineering also fulfills our motto and vision of the country to take and make India a self-reliant in robotics and computer engineering. If you see all across the country, all across the world, the best of engineers in robotics or in the artificial intelligence belongs to India, and majority of them are either from the IITs, NITs, all the engineering colleges spread across the country. I wish all of you, all the students, a great future, because you are the future of India. You are the future leader of the India, in which India will be banking very heavily. And luckily, our India, our country, is at the younger generation. Majority are in the younger generation lot. I wish you all the best. And I once again also want to thank to IIT Delhi. Because of them, it was not possible to organize such a big event in coordination with the Prasar Bharati. And I assure not only the IIT Delhi, each one of you, those who are listening to me, whenever you require such type of help from Prasar Bharati, we will be not hesitant to lend our support to each one of you. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Well, it's time now to see all the people that you see regularly in Robocon 2022. That's the judges, the referees, and also the chief referee. Let me now take this opportunity to introduce the judges first to you, the 6 judges who make every level of this competition easier for the 43 teams that are in the fray. Starting first with the judges, Professor A. Chakradev. Please stand up and say hi to everyone. Professor S.S. Hole. Professor P.M. Pathak. Please, there are flowers there. I think someone needs to give the flowers to all the guests there, please. Professor Ramesh Pudale. Well, Professor A. Chakradev. Professor S.S. Ohal. Professor P.M. Pathak. Dr. Ramesh Pudale. Anshul Rathore. And Maitri Mordekar. Well, also the referees at this point of time, who will be given a small rose there by the people managing. Dr. Simarjit Singh, NSUT, New Delhi. Dr. Vinay Panwar, NSUT, New Delhi. Professor Vinaykant Agarwal. Abhinav Dwivedi from JNU, New Delhi. Dr. Mohammad Suhaib, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. Vikas Kumar. Puneet Saini. Dr. Vinay Gupta. Dr. Deepak Negi. Dr. Rekha Sati Devli. And Mr. Mihir Chauhan. Well, let's not forget the man of the moment, the chief referee who makes everything possible. If there is any argument, any contest, any questions that have been raised with regards to the way the competition has been run, the chief referee for the next 2 days, Professor T.P. Singh. Well, I would now ask all the captains present behind and also the chief referee, Professor T.P. Singh, to administer the oath for the clean and perfect conduct of these games.
In the name of all competitors, I promise that we shall take part in the National DD Robocon 2022, respecting and abiding by the rules that govern them in the true spirit of sportsmanship for the glory of sport and the honor of our teams.
Well, this particular high table is all about negotiations and talkings, and we have the director from the Delhi School Board who's managed to talk out something important. Himanshu Goyal, over to you.
With due permission from the chief guest and Professor Saha and Professor Ganguly, it is our great pleasure that Ambedkar Schools of Specialized Excellence have partnered with IHFC, IIT Delhi. They are developing robotics and automation course, and today we are launching Delhi Robotics League. And this is the tentative schedule of the league. It will be launched in October 2022. The league will be for all the students of Delhi schools, whether government or private, and we'll be having special boot camps for Ambedkar Schools of Specialized Excellences, and the competitions will be held in April 2023. So it is open for all class 10 students of Delhi. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Himanshu, you've kept it open to Delhi schools. You should extend it to all Delhi schools and NCR schools too. Well, a time for vote of thanks. I would now invite Professor Sunil Jha to do the vote of thanks for us.
So very good afternoon, and I got this duty to thanks all those who had made this event possible. I'll request the permission of chair to just thanks in a different order. Sir, may I go ahead? Yeah. So I would like to start giving thanks to all the volunteers who had made this possible, the IIT Delhi staff, faculty members. I must thank them because they are putting their untiring efforts last many weeks. Actually, I should say that the last many weeks we are all busy in preparing for this grand show which you are witnessing today. So thank you everyone who had participated and then who made this event possible. Next, I would like to thank all the institutions who participated in this event, all the faculty members, their principals, directors, who supported them financially to participate in this event. I think without them, it's very difficult to host this kind of a mammoth show over here. So I must like to thank all the student participants, faculty members, and the institutions who made this event possible today. So now I'll go with the regular order. Thank you so much. So I will start with the opportunity that we had got from the ABU to host this international event in India this year. So I must thank the ABU Secretariat to choose India to host this event. I will definitely would like to thank our director, deputy director, the administration of IIT Delhi, who allow us to work for this event untiringly. We are spending a lot of time. Whatever resources we require for this event has always been given. So the kind of motivation and encouragement that we get from the IIT Delhi administration, I would like to thank all of them. I would also like to render my thanks to the Prasar Bharati. Without them, certainly this kind of a grand show would not have been possible. All the technical staff, the cameramen who are busy over here covering the show, I would like to thank everyone who made this show possible. Certainly, I would like to thank Himanshu for giving us this stadium. I should say that thanks to Himanshu for giving this opportunity to host this event in Tyagaraja Stadium. Otherwise, certainly we will be hosting it in IIT Delhi. So this is in a bigger show that is being possible with the support of Director Delhi School Board. So I would like to thank everyone, the students, those who came from various schools, spending their full day witnessing this event, and all those who are participating in this, our sponsors who basically supported financially to host this event in such a big size. Thank you everyone who made this event possible. It's time for the lunch to break, so I just pass on to Daniel again. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Professor Jha, for those kind words. Well, it's time where the first session of this particular Robocon, DD Robocon 2-day contest ends. The second session starts the post-session while, in a short while from now, where we will have almost 18 to 19 matches left to catch. So catch you all after that short lunch break. Thanks for coming.
who are supposed to have their matches in the afternoon, please go as per the order to the weight and measurement room. Thank you.